Hi, my name is Amanda, and you're joining me today for prenatal yoga. In this practice, we'll take some time to do progressive relaxation at the beginning. We'll move through a gentle flow just to get your body warm, and then end with guided relaxation. Enjoy your practice, and thanks for joining me. All right, so as you get settled into your practice today, take a nice deep breath. Slowly exhale. And then take a moment to notice your body. Notice if the position you've chosen to start your practice today is indeed comfortable, or if you need to wiggle around, moving your legs wider apart, sitting in a different position, or even lying down on your side or propped up so your back is at an incline. So we're going to go through some guided relaxation now and then again at the end of our practice. So we're going to start with a method of contracting muscles and then releasing muscles. So we'll start with your toes. And you can do this in any position you've chosen. So if you're laying down, that's totally fine. If you're seated, also totally fine. But I want you to take a deep breath in. As you exhale, scrunch your feet. So you're going to contract, pull your toes in, and contract your feet as much as possible. On the exhale, you're going to slowly release. So imagine the muscles of your feet melting apart, dripping into the floor. And now I want you to flex your feet. So pull your toes back towards your knees. Don't feel like you need to move your position if you're seated like I am. You certainly can just kind of move your legs a little bit further out. But pull your toes back to your knees. Take a breath in. And then exhale, let go of that contraction. And now take a breath in, point your toes, contract your calves, the muscles in the backs of your low legs. And then on your exhale, release that. Now I want you to contract your quads, so the muscles of your thighs. So if you're seated like I am, you may not see that, what the contraction looks like, but I'm going to push, actually imagine pushing my legs away to make that quad contraction. Breathe in, and then exhale, release that. Now I want you to squeeze your glutes. So you're going to squeeze your bottom cheeks together as hard as you can, pull tight. You may also feel quad contraction with that. And then on the exhale, release. Take a breath in. This time on the exhale, I want you to contract from your pelvic floor, so lifting up, contract through your belly. Exhale. Breathe in again. And then exhale, release from there. Releasing the contraction through your belly, releasing the contraction through your pelvic floor. And now let's move to our hands. So breathe in. As you breathe in, make fists with your hands as hard as you can. And then exhale, let those fists melt back into the floor or into your lap. And then let's add to that. So inhale, contract your fists. Also bend your elbows, contracting your biceps. As you exhale, release. Releasing the contraction through your biceps and letting your fingers once again melt to the floor or to your lap. And continue that again. So contract now through your fist, your elbows, and then lift your arms up. Now contracting through your shoulders and maybe even feeling this in your back. On the exhale, let everything melt back down. And now bring your chin to your chest, pulling tightly. Breathe in. Exhale, let go of that by slowly lifting your chin back up. Releasing your head either back down to your mat or just so that your chin's parallel to the floor. Good. Now we're going to do the opposite. So inhale, lift your chin up towards the ceiling or towards the wall behind you. Feeling contraction in the front of your throat. And as you exhale, bring your chin back parallel to the floor or back down. Turn your head to the right. Breathe in. Exhale, melt back. Turn your head to the left. Breathe in. Exhale, melt back. And now contract the muscles of your face. So we're going to make a really funny face when we do this, but you're going to pull your lips together, scrunch up your face, breathe in, and then exhale, let your face muscles relax. And we're going to do that one more time. So contract the muscles of your face. Breathe in as you do so. And then exhale, relax. Lift your shoulders up towards your ears. Pull as hard as you can. See if you can touch your shoulders to your ears. And then breathe in. Exhale, relax. We'll do that one again as well. Inhale, shoulders to ears, pull firmly, tight. Exhale, relax. And now full body. We're going to do this 3 times. So with each inhale, you're going to contract everything you can. So it could be making those fists pull your body tight together, giving baby a very firm hug. And then, just as we've done before, exhale, imagine everything melts like a puddle into the floor. Inhale, contract everything, pull tight, even tuck your chin to your chest, make that funny face. Exhale, release. And then one more time, contract. And relax. Pause for a moment and let all of that settle. And then check in once more with your body. Noticing if you're still comfortable in the position that you're in, and if not, feel free to move, wiggle, make it better. If your eyes are open, allow them to close and bring your attention inside. Noticing first your breath. The breath that's nurturing and providing you oxygen, as well as your baby. Notice your heartbeat. With each pump, nutrients move around your body, nourishing your body. And they move to baby, providing baby the energy to grow, the energy to wiggle and to sleep, to dance, and to rest. And now take the next minute or two to check in with baby. At times, especially during our first pregnancy, there's time to check in, but we're currently in a situation that's different. There's other things to think about. And it's really important to take time each day to acknowledge your body and your baby and your pregnancy. And this time is special and unique. your baby is safe and growing quickly. Each day they look more and more like you and your partner. Each day they're getting stronger. And each day is one day closer to getting to meet you on the outside. So take a moment to notice what they're doing right now. If you can feel them, notice if they're sleeping or wiggling. And if they're still too small to feel. Or even if they're not, you can bring your hands to your belly and imagine what they're doing inside. Imagine their tiny toes, their wrinkly little legs and arms and back, their little round belly and their chubby cheeks. Imagine their nose, their mouth, and their eyes. While they'll all be born with bluish eyes, imagine whether their eyes will stay or whether they will change to look more like yours or your partner's or some beautiful combination of the two. And now imagine their hair, whether they're completely bald or that hair is going to be straight and full or curly, whether it'll be dark or light. And now take a moment to acknowledge yourself as a mother. A new space, a new chapter in life. A different chapter where your thoughts will always be combined with those of someone else. Instinct will set in. You will always consider how your choices will affect those of your children. This new chapter will allow you to grow, to provide strength that you never knew you had. So acknowledge yourself as a mother, a strong and beautiful woman, capable of handling things you have no idea that you could, but you will do so with grace and with beauty. Take another breath here. Slowly exhale and allow your hands to melt away from your belly if they were there, and let your eyes flutter open. Begin to move through your shoulders. Rolling your shoulders and moving your back side to side. If you're seated cross-legged, you might switch that cross, or even bring your feet out in front. And this could be wide or narrow, but enough that you have plenty of space for your belly. And we'll slide our hands either to the fronts of your legs. If you're still cross-legged, you're just going to set them on top. And from here, begin to cat and cow your spine. So as you inhale, lift your chest and chin, arching your back, pressing your belly through your legs. And then as you exhale, round your back, pull your belly in, giving baby a nice hug. Inhale, sweep forward. Exhale, round. Inhale, sweep forward. Exhale, round. And then sit up nice and tall. Take your time to make your way to hands and knees. Rolling to one side, using your arms for support as you move through that transition. And then I'll say this every time, but if you are starting to feel swelling in your wrists, feel free to use that blanket or towel to prop up your hands, giving your wrists less of an angle, so more support. Our knees are underneath our hips, but if you need a little bit wider stance, feel free to move them a little wider. And from here, we're going to begin to cat and cow our spine again. So rocking baby back and forth, inhale belly towards the mat. Exhale, round your back, pull your belly toward your spine, giving baby a hug. Twice more, inhale, rock down. And rock back up. Inhale down. Exhale up. And then come back to a nice neutral back, nice and flat. Move your knees wide, press back into a wide knee child's pose. So letting your belly sink in between your thighs. If you need to widen your legs more, go for it. And then hands can stay out in front just like they are now. Or if you want to get lower, you can, coming down to your elbows. Or even prop your hands in, or your head in your hands. And just breathe into your hips. And breathe into your legs. And let's take one more full breath throughout your whole body. And then palms come down to the mats. Inhale, pull forward, hands and knees. Move your knees back underneath your hips. And then take your time to come up to stand. So taking one foot forward, it could go out wide if you need space for your belly. Bring your hands to your thigh. And then tuck your back toe under, lift up through your pelvic floor, come up to stand. So we're going to move a little bit more before we come back down and get quiet again. So feet are going to be wide, stand up nice and tall. And we're going to come down into a few yogi squats here. So hands will come at heart center. If you need more support for your belly, you can interlace your fingers or just rest your hands on your belly. So I would recommend that, especially if you've been feeling some tension in your low back recently, this can just provide that extra support. So breathe in. As you exhale, bend your knees, so knees will go out wide with our toes. Sink down. Take a breath in, lift up from your pelvic floor, give baby a hug, and then exhale, stand up. Inhale again. Exhale, sink into that squat. And this time we're going to stay a little bit longer. So posture tall, working to keep that spine nice and long. Continue to breathe. And then play with that pelvic floor and low belly contraction. So we're lifting up, we're contracting through our low belly, giving baby a hug, releasing whenever you need to. Working towards holding that a little bit longer. And then use your breath now. Breathe in. Exhale, release, and stand. Now let's move up and down at a little faster pace. So hands can stay on your belly. They can come down to your hips. Inhale. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, stand tall. One more time, exhale, sink. This time we're gonna stay. So hands are gonna move to your thighs. You're using your arms for support, or bring your elbows down, sinking deeper. So this is, as we get deeper into our squat, we're mindful of, especially if we're further along, making sure that baby's head is down in this position if you're coming down into a deep squat after 35 weeks. Take another breath. Hands slide back up to your thighs. Use those and your pelvic floor to support you as you stand. Wiggle side to side through your hips, make it a little bit more energetic. And then step your feet together. So as we step together, I'm going to take off my socks, so I'm starting to slip. Move those aside. So our feet are going to be side to side. If you need more space for baby, then your feet go a little bit wider, but still working towards parallel. Hands come to your hips. Find your hip creases. Breathe in, and then exhale, fold forward there. Noticing your hamstrings. Bend your knees, let them be soft, and lift up through your belly. Give baby a hug to support your back. Take another breath. Exhale, come up nice and tall. So I'm going to turn to the side for our next one. We're going to do a few repetitions of this. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale, fold forward, bending your knees to support. Breathe in. Exhale, come back up tall. One more time, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale, come up nice and tall. Now this time we're going to come into more of a stretchy variation. So we're going to come into that fold, but then if you wanted to fold deeper, you could, and I'll show you all of those. So breathe in. As you exhale, fold. Folding at your hip creases, give baby a hug. So you're lifting up through your belly, lifting up through your pelvic floor. Hands are going to slide down to your thighs. If you're further along in your pregnancy and you don't want to go quite as low, specifically if you've been feeling dizzy when your head goes below your heart, stay here. Just allow your back to round around your belly. And if you want to go further, especially if you're earlier in your pregnancy, you're welcome to continue that round. Noticing how this feels to your body. If anytime you start to feel dizzy, then I want you to take a breath in and slowly bring your head above your heart again. So take your time to do that. So let's find that space that feels good in this forward fold. So wherever it is for you. And then just breathe. We're going to take 3 breaths. So higher if you're starting to feel dizzy. I don't want you to feel dizzy at all. The goal is to eliminate that feeling completely. Or lower. And then use your next inhale to slowly come back up to stand. Exhale, roll through your shoulders. And then make your way to the back of your mat. Turning into face mountain, so facing the front of your mat. You're going to breathe in, reach your arms overhead, stretch up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, hands come to heart center, bend your knees, sit back in a very small chair. Inhale, stand tall again. Exhale, sit back in chair. Stepping your feet wider if you need more space for your belly. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, sit back in chair. And then inhale, stand tall. But as you exhale, sweep your arms back and around, bending your elbows, and then release your hands down. We're going to move to a little bit of balance. So if you want to move to a space where you can hold onto a chair, if you're close to a wall like I am, you can hold onto the wall. From here, I want you to lift your right leg, flex your foot. And then we'll inhale, extend that leg. Squeeze your thigh, just like we did earlier, moving through full body contractions and release. But this time we're focusing just on that contract. So you're lifting up through your left leg, keeping your right leg straight. Take another breath. Use the exhale to place that right foot back down on your mat. Inhale, lift your left leg. As you exhale, extend, squeeze your thigh tightly. Breathe, stretch your hamstring. Lift up through your right leg to support. Another breath in. And then exhale, bend your knee, place your foot back down on the mat. Go back to the right side, lift your leg, flex, extend, squeeze your thigh. And here's where we're going to shift our weight and step forward. So think about how you're going to come into that lunge and then take your time to roll forward, stepping your right foot down on the mat. Your left heel lifts, and we're going to bend our knee, tuck your pelvis under, get a little bit of a hip flexor stretch there. And then straighten your leg, press to the back heel. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead, look up towards the ceiling, stay on the exhale. And just as a reminder, if anything overhead doesn't feel great to your neck or shoulders, or it's feeling like you're overstretching your belly, I want you to bring your hands back down to your belly. You can interlace your fingers and give your belly and back support. Take another breath in. As you exhale, you're going to rotate that back foot, turn it parallel, moving into warrior two. If you want a bigger stance, hop forward. If you need less, you're going to keep your legs closer together. Arms reach out long and strong, moving into your warrior two. Breathe. One more breath in. Exhale. And then inhale, stretch long between your arms. As you exhale, hands come to hips, straighten that front leg. So we're going to move in and out of the triangle leg stance a couple times. So to do that though, I want you to focus on your right knee. So right knee is going to track right over your right ankle. If you need support, you're welcome to bring your hands, interlace your fingers, and put your hands on your belly to support your back. So breathe in. As you exhale, bend your knee, find your warrior two legs. Inhale, straighten your legs, triangle legs. Exhale, bend your knee, warrior two. Inhale, triangle. One more time, exhale, bend your knee, warrior two. And then inhale, triangle legs. Stay here. We're going to fold into our triangle. So you can keep your hands on your hips or right in your hip creases if you'd like. Breathe in. And then exhale, fold forward. So tiny little tip here. Now I remember in triangle, especially in the third trimester, it does feel very nice to actually bring your hand around your belly and support. So either the lower hand or the top hand. And you're literally lifting up, like you're pulling your belly back, holding your belly to support your back. Take another breath. Exhale. Inhale again, lift up through your pelvic floor. As you exhale, move back into your warrior two legs. Inhale, sweep your arms long. And then exhale, back arm's going to sweep forward. As you lift your back heel, find your lunge again. Big breath, stretch up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, hands down to hips. Now we have to get back to mountain. So you can do this a couple ways. You can step your back foot forward and then walk to the back of your mat again, or you can hop backwards. You can hold onto the wall. So just do what feels best to you. It could take a couple hops like that, and then feet side to side, wiggle it out. And then we'll do the same on the other side. So again, if your wall or your chair is close by, feel free to hold on to it. Inhale, lift your left leg. As you exhale, extend your leg, stretch through your hamstring. Breathe in again. And then exhale, slowly step into lunge. Keeping your right knee bent for now. Tuck your pelvis under, feel hips stretched in your right hip flexor. And then press your right heel back, straightening your leg. If you need more, you can widen. If you need less, step your feet closer together. And then inhale, sweep your arms overhead, big stretch up. Stay on the exhale. Notice if this feels good to your neck, to your shoulders. If you need to widen your arms or bring them down or bring them to your belly, go for it. One more breath in. And then as you exhale, open to warrior two. Pause and breathe here. Check out the left knee and left ankle. Make sure they're sitting on top of each other. And if you're not really sure, it's hard to see for now, you can bring your hand to the back of your left leg and ask those muscles to help pull your knee out so that they're centered. And then inhale, reverse your warrior, big stretch up. Exhale, hands to hips. Straighten your front leg, find your triangle legs, and pause here. Lengthen. And then when you're ready, fold into your baby triangle. And we'll come back up. We're going to come in and out of triangle to warrior two legs. So knowing where those hip creases are is really important. We're going to fold in, fold from there. But as you inhale, bend your knee, find your warrior two legs. Exhale, triangle legs. Inhale, warrior two legs. Exhale, triangle legs. One more time, inhale, warrior two legs. Exhale, triangle legs. Take a breath in. And then exhale, fold into your triangle again, holding this triangle, feeling that stretch. Being mindful of not hyperextending your knees. If you need to add a little bend, add that little bend. And then supporting your belly however you need to. So for one, we should all be lifting up through our pelvic floor and giving baby a hug. But also moving your hands. So bringing your hands to your belly. One more breath. Exhale. And then inhale back to warrior two. Arms reach long if you'd like. Stay on the exhale. And then inhale, sweep your back arm up, lift your back heel, find your lunge. Pause and breathe. Bend your elbows, put them in your back pockets, open through your chest. Another breath in. Hands come to hips on your exhale. And consider how you're going to step back again. So it could be this time stepping forward and then walking your way back. It really doesn't matter. But do what supports your body today. And then from here, we'll sweep our arms up, big stretch. Exhale, bend your elbows, put them in your back pockets. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, elbows, back pockets. And then inhale, reach up. This time as you exhale, interlace your fingers and round forward, rounding your chest over your belly. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands down to hips. And then step your feet nice and wide. As your feet come wide, we're going to come into our yogi squat. So if you want to grab something to sit on for this one, we're going to hold this one for a couple breaths. So you could grab a pillow or a blanket. If you have your blanket, you would just take it, roll it up so that you have a little seat behind you. And then breathe in. As you exhale, bend your knees, sink into your squat. So this one is not quite high enough for me, so I'm going to grab both of them and stack them on top of each other. So in this position, we're able to just relax and settle into this deep squat. Toes are wide. Elbows can come to the inner parts of your legs if you'd like, and you can even press back through your elbows if you want a little bit more hip opening. But I want you to find a position where you can just relax in this. So it should be supported enough that it is comfortable and you don't feel like you're having to strain or really even stretch. You're just letting yourself surrender to gravity. In that space, if your hands can come to heart center, go ahead and put them there. If not, they're just hanging, let them hang. But let your eyes close and your head drop towards the ground. And pause again. Notice your body. Let your thoughts move to baby. As you breathe in, find length in your body, whether that's in your spine or any place that's holding tension or in your low back. As you exhale, invite that space to surrender to gravity, to melt, then from here, we'll slowly work our way back up. So just up to a tall spine. Rock your knees to the left and to the right. And then make your way down, so into a relaxing position. This could be seated. I'm going to stay seated, but I completely invite you to come down onto your back. So if you're moving into the back position, it's with an incline. You can use a pillow and lift up so that you have that incline, or you can be down on your side. So whatever is comfortable for you these days, find that space. And take a couple breaths. And now we're going to move into a place where we feel safe. So if you haven't already, close your eyes. Imagine a space, the space where you feel happy and calm. This may be at your home, where you are right now. But it also might be somewhere completely different. At the beach, with your toes in the sand. Or in a sunny meadow. Or on top of a mountain, with the brisk wind in your face. But imagine that space. First picturing the things that you would see there. The outline of the images. And then color them in. Noticing if the colors are vivid or muted or bright or energetic. Soft. And then begin to make the image 3D. See the shadows. Notice the temperature of the air on your skin. The weight of the atmosphere, heavy or light. Notice what you hear there. Is it quiet? Or do you hear music? Your favorite jams or the music of nature. The lullaby of the ocean. And then what do you smell? Maybe it's scentless. Maybe it smells like flowers. Cotton candy, or salt. And notice if you taste anything in this space. And if so, allow yourself to taste it. And now, let yourself just be here, in your happy place. Noticing how you feel, the emotions or the memories that pop up. And allow them to rest and surround you, like a warm, comfortable blanket. In this space, you are safe, In this space, you are calm and relaxed. In this space, you have nothing else to do but to rest and enjoy. And now, take another deep breath in. Use the exhale to let your body move. Wiggle through your fingers and toes and open your eyes, adjusting to the light. If you're resting on your back or on your side, take your time to press yourself up to seated, using your arm to support you, and lifting up through your belly and pelvic floor so that your belly and back feel supported. And then sit up nice and tall. Bring your hands to heart center. Once again, close your eyes. Notice your body, your breath, your baby, and your energy. Thank you for coming and sharing your practice with me today. Namaste.